Okay, I'm going to cover something that you probably never thought about. And, so you're out looking for houses, of course, and, you don't want to miss anything. And you always do this thing. You're looking, let's say you're driving around, and you do the old, hey, I'm going to start looking. Let's say it's two of you in the car, and you're looking at, all of the home search sites, and you see this home. Or you're driving into a neighborhood and you see that for sale sign, and you get there, and then you do the old, hey, what can you tell me about this house thing to your realtor? Well, when you're wondering why they can't just tell you anything, there are thousands of homes on the market. Even in a time when we have low inventory, there's still thousands of homes. They can't just on a dime tell you something about that house. Even if they can, like just pulling out their phone and just pulling that information for you, that takes time. And we've started to get into a era where we want instant answers. Well, it's not instant. They've got to go into the MLS, find that home. First of all, is that home even available? According to what websites you use, it may not be. A lot of national websites are not connected to the MLS, especially during the busy season. They don't get updated very often. So what? Oh yeah, they're not updated, aka the information is now bad. So it's not even available, and you're wondering, oh, tell me about this home. Is it even available? So now you've just wasted all that time, and now you're trying to get to the next home. Here's the next one. Oh, can we go see this home? Okay, what are the showing instructions?
Turn left onto West Lake Mead Boulevard.
Does it have tenants in it? Is it a 24-hour notice? So now you're getting angry because, oh, I'd really like to see this house. Why can't we go see this house? Well, it's a 24-hour notice, and you're asking now. That's why we've got to get things set. And what about the other houses that you're trying to go see? Here's another one. You got, let's say you're going to go see 5 or 6 houses. Well, according to where you're going to go see them, it could be in a small little area, not too bad. It could be over a wildly dispersed area. Well, your agents had to figure out where you're going to be at. Let's say half of those homes have people in them, the owners, tenants, whatever. They may have had to make appointments and work it out with everyone that lives in those homes, the ones that are occupied, the times that they can be there. So they have to set times that they need to be there. So now when you try to throw things in at the last minute, it's like, oh, what's the big deal? So that's when you're going the whole, oh, I don't see how it's a big deal. We're just adding a couple of houses. Sometimes it's not a big deal. If you're going to see nothing but vacant houses, you got all day long, sometimes it's not a big deal. Normally it's not a big deal. Let's say your realtor is going to meet someone else to show houses. Change that up. Let's say someone who your realtor is meeting at before meeting you, and you took time off from work to go see houses, and your realtor was an hour or two late because they wanted to just add a few more houses because it wasn't a big deal. How would you feel about that? Now it's been changed. It doesn't feel as great, does it? That's what's happening. They've set a time aside for you. They figured out what times it takes to get to those houses, and they've made that time for you. So when they've made that time for you, they've dedicated that time to you. And when you add additional houses, it may work out. They're not doing anything else? Okay, fine. What if they are? And I've seen people really get bent out of shape when you say, I really can't add these houses because I have other appointments. Well, those other appointments are people like you, other clients, and they want to go and see houses just as much as you do. And when you start adding houses, just ask that question, do you have time? Just simple courtesy. Do you have the time to show me these extra houses? Extra courtesy goes a long way. See some other little things when you're out shopping, especially during the pandemic here. I don't know how long this will last. They say it may last through 2021. Don't crowd your realtor while they're opening the lockbox. The lockbox app can use facial recognition, and sometimes you have to take your mask off for that. And we want to stay safe out there, and we have more chances to take our mask off for other issues as a real estate agent than other folks, so we're exposing ourselves more. Try to keep us safe out there, and let us get those boxes open for you, because we got to do it twice. Once to open the door, and another time when we close the door, because we're not supposed to leave the lockbox open. That's the proper way to do things. So give us enough space, so socially distance. Don't start crowding up and asking a billion questions. Give us that time, because imagine if this was your house and you're crowding around us while we're trying to lock up your house, and as you're asking questions, we forget to lock all the doors, because you've got the top lock, the bottom lock, your screen door, and we forget to lock it because you've asked 1,000 questions about the next house or the last house. And while we're locking it, we forget, and we lock that lockbox, and we left your door open. It happens all the time, and just about every time it was because somebody started asking a bunch of questions about the next house or the last house at the while the realtor is locking up, or more questions about this house, or how much you think we can offer, or things like that. That's a good question to ask, like after you've walked away from the house. Give your realtor enough time to finish that important step, because again, imagine it was your house, and let's say you're away for the weekend. Somebody comes along, and the easiest house to break into is the one you can turn that knob and just walk into.
Oh no!
So these are just little things. Hopefully aren't rants or anything. Just little things. Help you and your realtor out. Make this transition smooth. Spend that little extra time to go through the houses you want to see, to find something that's going to make it your home. It's going to make it easy on yourself, because when the process gets rushed, things get missed. When things get missed, you're not going to find the home that you want, and you're going to have regrets in the future. And the last thing you're going to want is to have a regret after spending all of that time and all of that money and all of the heartache you're going to go through in escrow. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. Escrow can be a pain, especially when you start dealing with the underwriters. When you start going through that process, it cannot be pretty, because they're just going to start asking for stuff over and over again that you've already given them. It is a pain. Just make it easier on yourself. Trying to find that perfect home. When you're looking for it, spend that time to actually look for it time. Don't just go spring loading while you're just driving along, following your realtor with one person, looking at a website, going, ooh, let's look at this one while we're out. It's not going to be the best thing, because you're just sitting there going, what can you tell me about this? And the whole, I just see a for sale sign. Here's another tip on for sale signs. Here in the Las Vegas area, Las Vegas, Henderson, North Las Vegas, realtors don't take those for sale signs down when the house sells or is under contract, because it is a way to bring in additional business. You don't want to take something down that could bring you additional business, so to keep it up. Matter of fact, once the house is sold, a realtor will try to keep that thing up for as long as humanly possible. Sometimes people have to call, like almost threatening to put the realtor in jail, trying to get that sign down, because especially if somebody keeps calling on that sign, they want to just keep that sign in that yard. So I don't know how many times I'll just sit there with the client where they go like, well, I saw like 3 for sale signs in this neighborhood. What can you tell me about each of the houses?
In a quarter mile.
you're just sitting there over and over again, like, okay, what street was it on? I don't know. It's like the street over to the left, and you're sitting there just trying to figure it out. Okay, let's look at Google Maps. Okay, no, like I think it was that. I think you're just like sitting there on the MLS on your phone, trying to figure it out. Okay, that house. Actually, it sold like 3 weeks ago.
Continue on US 95 North.
Okay, there was another one I saw, and you keep doing that stuff over and over again. It's like, oh my God. Again, if you're looking at the websites, you kind of saw that before you came out. Just saying. So if you're going someplace and you're going to go see 5 houses, you could at least look around it and see what's, I don't know, for sale. Okay, just my 2 cents. So, like I said, I put stuff out every week. If you love what I'm saying, like what I'm saying, want to argue with what I'm saying, go ahead and hit subscribe, hit that thumbs up. So that's the way YouTube does it these days. See you guys later. Bye.